What up, people? It's Nickopz here, and today I'm going to be making a tier list on Tekken 8. So, a couple of things I want to mention before I get into the video. The rank I am in the game currently is Battle Ruler, and something I want to also mention, this is my first Tekken. So, after I say that I'm Battle Ruler, usually in the comments people are surprised, being this is my first Tekken. So I do think I'm learning the game pretty fast and understanding it pretty fast. Somebody put it in the comments that perfectly describes how I'm feeling in this game. He was like, "Oh, you're Battle Ruler already and this is your first Tekken. You definitely understand the offense, but I bet you don't completely understand the defense." And that person was 100% right. I 1,000% got the offense down in Tekken. I get how offense works, but defense, I'm still 50-50 on it. So that could be something like if you are a more seasoned Tekken player and you see some of my placements, go in line with how I am in the game right now, then, you know, you can kind of balance that out. So let's get right into the tier list. Another thing one more thing I want to mention when you are grading a tier list, because I notice some people grade tier lists very badly. And I want y'all to wait, where am I at? I'm at 1 minute and 22 seconds. There is going to be somebody in the comments that does this. So if y'all see this, I want y'all to just timestamp this point. Spam this timestamp. When you grade a tier list is graded off of overall. If you see one placement that you do not agree with, that doesn't mean the whole tier list is bad. But I guarantee, I say this in every tier list video, I guarantee somebody is still going to do this. They're going to be like, "What? You're saying King is this? Well, I've been playing King since Tekken 0." And, I promise you there's going to be that. There's going to be somebody that does that. So when you grade a tier list, grade it like a teacher. If you don't agree with this, swipe. You don't agree with this, cross that out, cross that out. And then at the end, you take the percentage and you grade it. So that's how tier lists should work, but most people don't grade tier lists like that. So, oh, I'm actually ready for this. I've been waiting for this. After this, I'm probably going to make an annoyance tier list too, because I've noticed that's something a lot of Tekken people are doing. And when I'm making a tier list, I'm going to try to place like 3 at a time. That way it can kind of go smoother. So, best character in the game, easily Dragunov. And then we're going to go top 3. I think Dragunov, Fang, and then this character right here. So, I'm gonna try not to break them down as much because it's, first of all, it's Tekken. If we spend time breaking down like each character in the game, it'll be forever. Y'all know how many moves and everything characters have in this game. So I'm gonna give my overall opinion on why I place them there and what I think their strengths are mainly. And if I feel like their weaknesses are worth talking about, then I'll talk about it. But S tier is the tier I usually think like, okay, if a character from this tier gets nerfed, I wouldn't be surprised. They're better than everyone else in the game, and it's pretty obvious. So first thing with Dragunov. Now, there's not a few when the game is fresh. There aren't a lot of characters that can really irritate me. Honestly, like we're all learning and dealing with stuff, but I could tell if you play Dragunov, you just want to be carried by the character. I don't see any other logical reason like that people would play this. Matter of fact, this character's pick rate only goes up to like the most popular when you get past purple. So that's like obvious what type of people are using this character. It's the people that know when a character's strong and broken and they want to abuse it. The character has amazing rushdown. His low is way too good. If I think one thing needs to be nerfed about him, I would say his low and then see where they go from there. But I'm not sure how the Tekken devs get down when it comes to nerfing, but I hear they're pretty harsh. So it's not looking good for Dragunov if they are how people say they are with nerfs. He's just too good at too much, and it's so easy for him to like have access to simple pressure. He has like grabs here and there. He's a rush down machine with too much safety, in my opinion, and he's too accessible. So, like in many cases, like everybody can just play Dragunov. Like if you don't really care about liking your character and you just want results, play Dragunov. It's too good. Up next we have Fang. Fang is a character that slowly crept up. And in case you don't know, Fang has the highest win rate in the game. So overall, he has the highest win rate in the game. This character is a monster. He's pretty much what I like to call a jack of all trades. But usually, jack of all trades are not like, okay, so when you're looking at a jack of all trades, they'll be like an 8 or a 7, or like, mainly like a 7 across the board on everything. They're not really good at one thing particular very well, but then, they kind of are balanced out. Fang is not. Fang is like an 8.59 across all his stats across the board. He can do a little bit of everything, and he has a lot of tools to oppress you. Naturally good invasion, very good sidestep moves, very good lows, a very good heat smash, not the heat smash itself, but the little hopping move, and basically guarantees him a 50-50 after that. He's amazing. He can pretty much oppress you in a lot of different ways. Some of the best pokes in the game, and when I say pokes, I do mean pokes. His pokes are really good, but I don't think his jabs are really good at all. That's just me personally. I think, but everything else he has is so cracked it doesn't matter. I think his jabs are kind of lackluster, but everything else about him is literally crazy. Damage good, evasiveness good, 50-50 is good, pressure, pretty much everything you need if you're willing to put in the time to learn him. People pretty much act like he's like one of the most derp characters ever, but I don't personally agree. Like, there's definitely derp characters in this game, but I don't think Fang's one of them. I think he's so strong and in a solid player's hands, they can do a lot with him, but I don't think he's really that dirt. So personally, but I do think he's very good. Number 3, we have this character right here, and I'm going to be completely transparent. Matter of fact, I should probably make an I don't know list, but this is a pick I'm putting here more like out of respect, honestly. I barely run into this character personally, and I see almost every pro player in the game whining about this character all the time. I barely run into her, so I can't judge her like that. But it just looks like from what I've seen, it looks like the stuff she does just breaks the game, honestly. But I don't know that much about her, so I'm going to respectfully put her here out of what I've been seeing. But personally, I don't know about that one. So if y'all want to mark that one down, it's like, that's an opinion that's not, it don't matter that much. I'm telling y'all it don't matter. I don't know anything about this character. Main 2 characters I don't know anything about are like Leo and her. Because I barely see Leo, her, Zafina, and definitely the Bears. But yeah, I don't know anything about this character, but she has to be done with all the people whining about her. Up next after that, we have Devil Jin. Pressure, that character's pressure is ridiculous. This character is literally the definition of like an anime playstyle character. This man's flying all around the screen, hitting you with overheads here and there. His lows aren't that good. The character is literally designed, hey, and I say overheads because other games, like in this game, a mid is considered like an overhead, how it would be looked at in other games. But this character is hitting you with like mids all day, and then he's meant to check you with that unsafe low. And if you block it, he dies for it. So it's kind of like, he's a whole big mind game. You're gonna take these overheads that I will literally, if you hear me say overhead or mid, I basically mean either or. And you're gonna take these overheads or mids and eat potential 70-80%, or you gonna take this 60 some percent low. And he has the mobility, best probably heat smash in the game. Heat smash is insane, pressure is insane, lows are not the best, but that kind of balances him out. He's just freaking cracked that pressure in you and getting in. That's his thing from what I've seen. Okay, now I have to put this character here. Ugh, I hate this character. I'll never forgive one of my friends. He know who he is. I hope he watches this video. He told me, didn't understand anything about the game, and I think it's because he played this character. He told me this character was one of the most hardest, difficult characters to pick up, learn, and that was the most capped statement I ever heard. This character, she had the highest pick rate in the game overall for the longest for the reason. I think it's gone now. But this character is freaking dumb. And I am not denying the fact that she probably has a high skill, a high skill ceiling to where she might have some of the hardest things in the game to do, but at a core, you can still play her at a base level, not know what the heck you're doing, and easily just do stuff with her. I remember the first time I ever labbed her like heavily because I did not really, you know, even though I hate her, and honestly, I'm gonna admit I didn't go through the character's move list that much and everything. Of course, I went through some stuff to figure out how to deal with the plus frames, but when I actually tried to see, you know what, heck, maybe I should give in and play her too. When I actually tried to learn her for real, I didn't play any matches with her, but I picked her up. I'm not picked her up. I played around with her in a bit in the lab, and the character just doesn't feel right. I don't know how to describe it, but if you don't play this character and you like lab her moves and just do some stuff with her, she feels way too fast. I don't know what it is. It feels like I have a cheat code on when I'm like labbing her. Honestly, she feels way too fast. But her strengths are she has very good, like aggressive evasiveness, a lot of good plus frames, and I think she's a scrub killer for scrubs also. So, I mean, obviously, if she has a high skill ceiling, you know, that's all fine and dandy, but she doesn't need that to beat a lot of people. And I feel like people might try to downplay her a bit because she's the character that a certain type of people play. If you come from MK, the people that main Melina are going to play her. So that should tell you all that you need to know on what type of character she is and what type of character what type of people she's for. All right, up next we have June. I think June is straightforward, good character. Somebody said this, and I think they were completely right. A character that usually has health taken from them when they are doing moves is a for sure sign that they're going to be broken. A lot of people really hate this character, but her win rate is starting to drop some. And I'm not going to downplay the character at all. I think the character is really good. She has some of the best. She has some of the best, like, I don't want to say comeback potential, but she can heal herself with her heat smash. She has very good buttons, very good safety at the cost of her health. She she's the character if you like good pure basic I want to pick good character and I want to win, that's her. I like you know if you like that flowchart baseline easy gameplay that's going to get you wins and you don't want to play Dragonov and you want to play a character that, you know, I'm not going to say is way more respectable because she's still in the same tier, but like I see people that just want like wins and just want the basic good character playing a character like her. Straightforward to pick up, easy, good, like can't really go wrong with her. So now we are getting to the S minus tier. Now with the S minus tier, I feel like me personally, I feel like every character in the game should either be in any game. I don't mind characters being S minus and A. That's where I feel like is the perfect tier. Like usually when they're just S or S plus, they're too good, and a lot of people think B is good, but I personally don't rate B that high, and C is obviously bad. So we're gonna go ahead and throw some characters in here, and then we're gonna talk about them all. So first we got Jin, King. Then we have now this one I'm still not sure about, but I hear a lot of people talking about her. I have a friend that plays her a lot. I probably watch this character more than anybody from how much I've watched that certain friend play. So I think I can kind of judge it from. Then we have this character, and then we have Victor, and we're gonna stop right here. That's not it. We're gonna keep going. So Jin, speaking of I'm just basic good character, that is Jin as well. Just like his mom. Like this character has pretty much everything you need, but his skill ceiling is not as high as somebody like a Reina, even though I think she's derp. I do think Jin can be played in a very derp way, but the reality is a lot of his moves like that are worth the dang come out of stands and everything, and that isn't a problem at all. But to be able to play this character completely optimally, you have to know how to wave dash. On top of him, I don't think being in this tier right here, I'm gonna say that makes him more difficult to learn. I think this is one of the good basic characters to pick up if you have knowledge in fighting games, but if you don't, I don't really think so, even though I think he's easy to pick up. Like if you want to get the most out of him, you have to learn how to wave dash. You just do. He has easy ways around it, but those people that act like those easy ways around it are going to completely put a band-aid on him. It just doesn't. You're going to plateau at a level with this character if you don't learn how to wave dash. That just is how it is. And I do think he's just basic good character, well-rounded. He's what, like, I think, Fang should be what he is. Like, that well-rounded, good character. I think it's a good character. One of the best heat smashes in the game. It's a heat smash that gives him way too much stuff. And I think if you are new to the game, this is obviously one of the characters you should be contending to look at. All right. So now we have King. I hated this character at first. I despise this character. Like, I feel like King is the new players to the Tekken universe and the game's worst nightmare. Like, dealing with this character and you don't know how to tech them grabs and deal with all that stuff, character is a nightmare. Usually, and I say this in every game, people love downplaying grapplers. They love it. They love it. I feel like that's one of grapplers' favorite things to do is downplay. But this character's so strong, people can't even begin to downplay him. And it's because the things that hurt grapplers usually the most is them getting in, and a mechanic like heat smash where you can get in off of like almost anything that has a heat smash. You can get in like nothing, and you have to, when a grappler can enforce their will on you easily, then that's when grapplers in games are usually top tier. And I do think King is a top tier character. Like, his tool set, even if you took the grappling away and just made him a regular character with basic command grabs and regular grabs, he would just be like right here. His tools are good enough, plus the grabs, for him to be right here. I think he's a really good character. Now, Alyssa, this is a character I have seen playing a lot by my friend. Shout out to him. He's probably going to comment in the comments. I think this character, I was really close to picking her up because she has very good mobility, and she seems like she has a little bit of everything you need too, honestly. And most people are putting her right here, but I feel like it's still kind of too early to judge that. Granted, she's not really played that much, but she pretty much has everything you need. She has the evasive moves, the, sweeping low, the crazy damage output, the simplicity. She's another character. Honestly, if you just want, I'm good character, I don't have to worry too much. You pick me, it'll be fine. I think you should play her too, but I don't think a lot of people who think like that would think to even try a character like this, because she does feel weird at first, but I promise she's not like weird as it feels fighting her. What makes her really oppressive is that chainsaw stance. Once she gets in that chainsaw stance and you have not labbed that, GG's. You don't know how to get her out of that. If you're not ready to stop her from getting to that stance, GG's. So, yeah. Now we got Nina. And this is another one like this character right here. This is a respectful pick. I personally don't know much about this character, but I see everybody and their mama saying this character is underrated. She is very good. People are just not picking her for some reason. So I'm going to respectfully put her here, but I'm not that sure about her. Honestly, I'm just keeping it real in this tier list. That is where I'm going to place this character. Now, up next we have Victor. I think Victor is a very, very good character. I remember somebody sent me a win rate tier list, and Victor had top 3 win rates. Now, I kind of like when he sent that, I called it out. I'm like, yeah, he has top 3 win rate right now, but I don't put him somewhere right here. I think he only had it because of the glitch grab, and I was right. With the updated list that came out like a day or two ago, he's dropped like 3 placements. Still very high on the win rate calculator, but I think, we still might be feeling some effects from him having a glitch grab, and people were just abusing that. And I feel like that's what they were, abusing, that made him feel so good to a lot of people. And like I said earlier in the tier list, I am a battle ruler, like level player, even though this is my first Tekken, and I got there with Victor. But this is very important. I did not use the glitch command grab. I mean, it wasn't a command grab. I did not use the glitch regular grab. I only used his command grab because I didn't want my rank to feel like it was tainted. So I went out of my way not to use that grab with him. So I can completely feel like I can judge how good this character is because I got to that rank while kind of being handicapped, honestly, because I'm like, I'm not using that grab. I would not feel good about myself if I hit this rank while using that grab. So I did not. And it drove like some of my friends crazy. They were like, what? Just use the grab, use it. People are using it against you. You use it. I'm like, no, I will not use it. I'm not having it tainted. I'm not having my rank tainted. And I'm not, I have plenty of people that can vouch that I do not use that glitch grab. Heck, even though they patched it out, I still don't use it because it don't feel right. But I didn't get over that. Anyways, Victor is a very good character. I think he is, how can I put it? He's one of the good picks for this game if you aren't used to Tekken. That's probably why I took such a liking to him, because you don't have to be a very, very good Tekken player to understand his strengths and what he can do. He has really good neutral buttons, really solid pressure and 50-50s in his stances. He has the gunshot to keep people honest, and you can also sidestep a lot of his stuff to keep him honest. He doesn't have really amazing lows, but the lows do the job. His overhead moves, or what you call mids, they're better than average. They're really good for checking people. I think this is one of the best like neutral control characters in the game, and them are usually like the characters I like. And I think he's very good, honestly. I feel like some people are putting him too low. Like I see a lot of people put him like towards A. This is not an A tier character, in my opinion. And like I said, this is somebody who got him to a good rank without, using any of the things that were abusable. Like the main thing that was abusable, the glitch grab. I'm saying that people are downplaying this character. Like A is crazy. He's just too well rounded and good to be considered A, in my opinion. So now we are going to put another character, Lily. This is a character. She's literally, and I'm not even gonna go into this character that much because I don't think it's necessary. Lily is literally, and my friend said this right when I was learning the game. They were so right. It's literally Fang but girl. Like that's what this character is. She's Fang but girl, but not as good. And that's all there is to it. That's Lily. So I'm gonna leave it at that. There's really not that much to say about her. Like everything I said about Fang, it could go to her. So yeah, I think she's very good though. I guess I said a little bit. I think she's good. She got a lot of solid tools, but it's just like why would you play her when you can play Fang? And that's how I feel about her. I could be ignorant about that. If you're a Lily man and you want to let me know if there's any reason to play her over what's his name right there, Fang, let me know. And now we have, let me find Yoshimitsu and Jack. And I put Jack right here. Now, this is another pick out of like more respect. I've seen a lot of people put him kind of higher actually, but this character isn't played enough to judge that. I personally feel, and I personally don't have a problem every time I fight this character. I think he's like right here, to be honest. But a lot of people in the Tekken community are putting him like around here, and this tier list is like 90%, like 80 some 90% what I think, and then the rest like what I've been seeing. So, but when I do feel that way, I'll mention it. And these two characters right here, these characters I can commonly say I'm not too sure about, but that's where a lot of people are putting these two characters. Yoshimitsu, I don't know crap about that character. To keep it real, I just know he had a broken parry that everybody was abusing, but they nerfed it. So I'm not too sure where he's at now. And with Jack, he just seems like, typical grappler type character, but he actually has the grappler issues unlike King, where, it might, he seems slower. He seems like it takes more work for him to get in, but I can't judge him. I don't know that much about him. All right. Now let's get to the A tier. A tier is the tier, people are usually happy with. Oh, this is the good tier. These characters are fine. There's nothing wrong with them. All that good stuff. They don't really need to be touched. So and this is gonna probably be my hardest personal tier because I think this tier is really hard to rate. So, um, let's go ahead and get it started. So who would I put? Start off with him. Her. I'm gonna do five and then talk. Mm, this one is really hard. This tier is hard. Okay, we're gonna go with Brian there, and then Lee. Okay, and then one more. Actually, I'm gonna come back to this. I'm gonna talk about these. So I hate this. Ooh, this character get on my nerves. I hate this character. I just know if you play this character, I know the type of person you are. You don't know what you are, but I know the type of person you are. But it ain't nothing. I'm just playing at the end of the day. Like I can't. Not playing about the people who play her, but I can't stand this character. I don't know why I hate her so much. That running move, man. Like everyone just sidestep, just sidestep. Yeah, but that opens up so much more things. Like they say the same thing about Dragunov. Just sidestep, just sidestep. But he's the best character in the game. Like, shut up. Like sidestepping ain't the answer to the world's problems. Like they obviously put things in the game to stop it. But I cannot stand this character. And honestly, I personally feel like she's like somewhere right here, but that might just be my biasness talking. I don't want to be biased when it comes to my tier list, so I'm gonna put her right here. I hate this character with a passion. She just feels like she doesn't stop. All right, video still working. I had to stop it a bit because if you come to my streams, you hear me say this a lot. I live by a hospital, so there's always some sirens in the background. I didn't want that playing in the video. So yeah, I hate Azucena. This character gets on my freaking nerves. Like this is my most hated character in the game. She just feels like she never stops, and whenever she touches you, she just steamrolls you. And that's also why I think she's good. So no bias in society. Because if I was being biased, I'd put her up here because I hate this woman. She gets on my nerves. Speaking of another character that gets on a lot of people's nerves, wrong, the kin of the game, and I definitely see that comparison. Man just has like 50 stances, and it's kind of funny they're right by each other because they're kind of the same playstyle wise. They just do not stop. Like button armor, her running move, him switch stance, low profile your move. You got to poke me out to stop. Like that's how it feels dealing with her on. Like he just does not freaking stop. Like stop. He just won't. And that's both of these characters. Okay, then we have Brian. I think Brian could potentially be higher if his heat smash wasn't so mid. I feel like this is if you like characters like the well-rounded, good, basic space control characters like June, like I would say Victor or Fang, then I think you would like somebody like Brian, but there's no point in playing them when the other characters are in the game. I feel like he is good though, honestly, but with his archetype, I just feel like other people do it better. That's all. So, but I still think he's very good. Up next, we have, go ahead and find him here, Lee. This is a character that people compare to Law a lot. Apparently, they're the same archetype. And they say this character is one of the hardest characters in the game, if not the hardest character to play slash master. But he seems very good. He seems like he's flooded with a lot of knowledge checks and everything because who's gonna know how to really fight this character. And honestly, I feel like he could be up here, but this is one of those picks that that's so niche. And I've noticed that everybody that plays this character is usually really good, honestly, and that probably is because the cap on him, the skill cap to play him. So I personally don't like him either. Like fighting him is annoying, but hey, everybody says he's a hard character. I can respect that, and usually when I'm fighting one, they're really good. Like some of them will scrub you out, but I don't. I think a lot of people that just play the character like him for who he is, and they're just good with him. But I have heard some people saying that he's getting low key downplayed, but we'll see. All right, up next we are going to finish this A tier right here. So we're gonna go ahead and throw them in and kind of order them. So let's go ahead and put Law. I'll put Law like at the end. So Shaheen right there, Claudio right there. And is that it? Shaheen, Claudio, Law, and put Raven there. Okay. So Claudio, I think Claudio is actually a very good character. Still feel like he kind of falls under like near the Brian archetype, and he's really good at what he does. But there's not a lot of reasons to play the character. But he's one of those people like I would put like in a Gen category. Like if you're learning the game, if you're brand new, fresh to Tekken, he's a character that I would recommend picking up. Honestly, he's just so straightforward, basic, running two all day, hit you with his 50-50s, open you up to have relatively good safety. Just basic, solid, good characters. Probably like a 7, 7.5 across the board. He's good. And nothing wrong with that. He is kind of bland from what it looks like, but I think he's a good character. I understand why he's not as popular, but I don't feel like people should be rating him as low as they do just because he's not popular. So that's all there is to that. Now we have Shaheen. This is a character I do not know a lot about. He's barely picked. I have been seeing people say he is good. Um, and I feel like it might fall under the Claudio category where people are just not playing him because, aesthetics, all that stuff. They say it's pretty bland, but fighting him, I don't fighting him and labbing him the little that I have, I don't see anything really bad about the character, honestly. I just think he's not interesting to a lot of people, and people say he could have been left out the game and nobody would have cared, and I kind of agree with that from what I've seen so far. But he's just solid, basic, good character from what it looks like without too much or too little. But after that, we have Law. This character used to get on my nerves, honestly. Law used to get on my last nerves till I labbed him and learned how to deal with the character. This is the archetype that this character falls under is pure pressure. He wants to get in your face, uh, abuse them running. Oh, them craps used to irritate me so much. The running armored moves. He wants to abuse that, get in, hit you with this relentless pressure, nonstop, and just oppress you. And if you don't know how to deal with his gimmicks and everything that he does, oh my gosh, this character is gonna steamroll you. Now I know that some people put him towards B, but I just can't personally do that. I don't think he's bad as the B tier characters, but I did think he was annoying at first until I learned how to deal with him in person. Raven, I don't have nothing to say about this character. I think he is just not popular for whatever reason, but I don't think he's bad at all. Like, I fought plenty of Ravens, even though he does have a lower pick rate. I do come across plenty of Ravens. I don't think he's bad at all. I feel like from off of trying to learn how to deal with him, I just don't think he's popular. I don't know if it's the aesthetics choice. I don't know if people don't like his look. The whole Killer Bee looking from Naruto thing. I don't know what's people's problem with him, why they don't want to pick him, but he's just not bad. It's simple as that. He has tools. He has, good heat smash tools, freaking those ranged animal buttons, good, like, looping pressure. I think he's really good, but I don't understand why people don't want to pick him. Like, I don't think his look is even bad. I just don't get it. Why he's not. I don't get why this character isn't more popular. If somebody knows, tell me in the comments. So now we have the B tier. B tier, I would always say like B tier, if every character in this tier got buffed, that would be perfect. So we're going to start off with Lars. Then we have Kazuya. I would put Kazuya above Lars, honestly. Kazuya, Lars. And then we have Paul. And then we have... What can I put after... I think this is a good B tier. Yeah, I think this is a good B tier. No, I think we're going to add some more, but I want to talk about these characters. Kazuya, this is another... I keep saying this a lot. Now, I can tell that Kazuya is easily, I think, one of the most respectable characters in the game. And actually, I don't know about putting him B. I wouldn't put him B. Yeah, I think he's A. So, because I feel like, the community is really divided on him right now. And people are saying that, oh, he's bad, he's C tier. And then there's some people that are saying, oh, he's not as bad as y'all are acting like he is. And I think I'm one of those people. He really has pretty much everything you need if you just play him like a Oki Vortex type character. But there is still no reason to play him like over anybody. And to play him, you have to be well seasoned and understand Tekken. Like literally, I have friends that freaking gassed up how important the electrics in Tekken are so much, and I really do not see it still being new to the game, and I just don't see why people gas electrics up so much. Obviously, they're an amazing tool to have, and they're amazing if you can do. But a lot of the characters that have them don't need them. Like, yes, it'll be a plus to your gameplay, but they don't need them. Devil Jin doesn't need them. Reina doesn't need them. Jin does not need them. Like, so many characters that have electrics don't need them. Matter of fact, all of them don't need them, but he needs them. I can completely tell he needs them electrics. So he's a character that has a skill barrier to play, but he's not worth that skill barrier. And that's all that is to it. So because of that, I feel like people view him as more bad, but I don't think he's bad. I think he's okay, but he's not worth playing at all. If you want to play Kazuya, you got to like you some Kazuya. And that's about it. Now we have Lars. Fun fact, Lars was the first character I ever picked up, tried to learn for real in this game. And I think Lars is really good. This is literally like, well, not really good. I think he's so close to being really good. But I put him 8. Hold on, this A tier might be a little bigger than I thought. Yeah, Lars is going to go at the end of 8. I think Lars... this is a hard one. This is a really hard one. Oh my gosh. Why am I having this moment in the tier list right now? Okay, I'm gonna put Lars at the end of A tier as well. I think Lars is good. He has one of the highest win rates in the game, fun fact, but I think that's because the type of people that play Lars, honestly, probably carrying him. Yeah, y'all know the certain type of players Lars are. Just to give you a hint, they put Lars in an anime game. They put Lars in Naruto, and he ain't even from the universe. But I feel like Lars pretty much got everything you need. And if you have a certain type of play style, then he's gonna be really good for you. A lot of his good stuff is locked behind stances, and he has a lot of stances that are straightforward and easy to get into. But he's just another case of why play Lars when I can play this character. That doesn't mean he's bad at all. I do think they could buff something about him to help him out to, make there be a reason to pick him, because there's really not, I would say right now. Matter of fact, yeah, I'm going to put Lars in B. I think he's good, but good enough to put in A, I don't. Okay, I'm going to keep him A. I think he's good, solid. I just think he's like on the lower of the solid side, but I feel like if he's for you, it's going to feel like he's like right here. But I think he's naturally somewhere right here. In fact, yeah, I would even say right there. Okay, now we got the B tier for sure, y'all. I promise. This is the B tier. So we got Paul. Then we have Steve. And yeah, I think I think these two characters are like the main B tier characters. And I would say this character as well. Paul is a character, straightforward, easy to pick up. Probably the most easiest straightforward character to pick up. But if he was better, people would put him like right here. And me being newer to Tekken, and I'm keeping it very transparent with y'all, I don't understand why people put this character so low. He was starting off right here at the beginning of the game's life cycle, but I noticed a lot of people starting to put him like right here. And I personally still don't get why. I feel like he has everything you need to win. And so I don't know why people are starting to put him so low, but I can see that there is no reason to pick him over a lot of people. It seems like what he does, I was told by, more seasoned people in the game, it seems like what he does in this game, because of the heat smash mechanic, everybody can do it. So what he did in the past games that made him special apparently is accessible to everybody. So that's the explanation I was given. If y'all think that's good enough, then, that's fine. If you don't think it is, let me know in the comments why you think people are starting to put Paul lower, because it is a thing. Now we have Steve. Steve is another character I despise, but like I said, I don't be biased with my tier list. I think this character I don't think he's that great. Like, every time he's annoying me, it's just because I don't know why, but if you put boxing gloves on a character, everybody who mains that character just becomes like glorified mashers. And it was hard adjusting, dealing with that being new to the game, but I do think he's very good at what he does, how he uh, I feel like he is good at oppressing you, but he doesn't really have a lot of natural launchers like that. I've been told multiple times that that is his main weakness, and a lot of people that mained him in the past game, apparently, from what I've been seeing, have not touched him. So if you know more about why this character isn't all that, what he's missing, please put in the comments below. Like I said, this is like 80% of what I'm thinking and 20% like what I've been seeing and everything. And I'm like more than open to hearing what anybody has to say about these characters because I feel like it would be, interesting takes. Now we have Kuma. This is a character a lot of people said that was like just trash at first, and then they were like, hold up, he actually got some stuff, and I see that. This character, I'm gonna keep it like short and sweet. He kind of reminds me of Gil from Street Fighter V. Gil was a pretty bad character. And Kuma doesn't seem like a really good character as well. But the thing about Gil is when he popped his V trigger, that was the comeback mechanic in the game. He became easily one of the better characters in the game. And I feel like that with Kuma. Like, he doesn't feel like that annoying to fight or hard or anything. But then when he pops that freaking heat smash, I'm like, okay, let me sit up now. Let me focus now. You actually got some stuff. And he definitely has more stuff than his counterpart, Panda, who is obviously the worst character in the game. So I think this character is without a doubt like not all of that, but when he pops Heat Smash, he kind of gets a little scary to be honest. So now with this whole tier at the bottom, we have Asuka, Leroy, Zafina, and Leo. This is the tier that I would literally all put them, and I'm not too sure at all tier. So, but off of I'm gonna rate them off of what I've seen besides Leo because I don't know anything. I swear, like I'm surprised this character is not the least picked. So with this character, I usually see people put her like somewhere around here, and Leroy, I've been seeing him like really low, and her, I want to say I've been seeing her right there. So that pretty much completes the tier list. Definitely in the comments below, I appreciate it if y'all like let me know what people are saying about these characters like at the very bottom, like the C tier. Obviously, we all know like the bears are joke characters. Leroy, I heard he was one of the most nerfed characters from the past game because he was busting in that game. And Zafina, nobody talks about that character. And if I said Leo, I meant Leroy. But Zafina and Leo, these two characters, I don't see anything about these characters at all. So I'm not even going to act like I know anything about them too remotely. So I think this is a pretty good, like, we're around month 1 with a little hotfix patch tier list. So I think this is a pretty solid tier list for the game so far. And yes, I do have it ordered. Let me know what you think about it. And if you, like I said, y'all heard what I said about the people who just, grade tier lists very badly. Do not forget, if y'all see those people, go ahead and put them in that timestamp. It was like 120 or something. Put them in that timestamp. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Discord in the comments below. And Nickopz out.